Okay then, I think that first save must have been extra long because it had to save all of the data onto my PS3, because this one was like 3 times shorter. Anyways, let's continue. Alright, I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do, hopefully this will only take 3 videos, but I'm going to take as long as I need to in order to get up to Gaius, because Gaius is probably one of my favorite bosses in the game, and if I could get up to him before stopping and trying out Ico, then I would be cool with that. But, yeah. I hope you guys don't mind that. I never quite got the altar thing because there aren't really any occasions where you take damage in the overworld, with very few exceptions. You know, if you fall off a really high cliff but manage to survive, I guess that would work. But in the first place, you slowly regain health anyways, so I don't know, it seemed kind of unnecessary for them to heal you as well, but, you know. Give me a sec here. I think I might want to invert some stuff. Vertically, yes. Invert. I don't know if this is how I usually had it, but I think it might be the way that I did it. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think this is the way that I had the game controlled. Inverted aiming. For like a third-person shooter, I don't mind the, just the normal way, but I think for this game I always played it with inverted. I could be wrong, but I don't know. For right now I'm just gonna keep it that way. And yeah, let me see. Oops. Yeah, I think this is the way that I had it. Though I can't be completely sure. I don't know. Anyways. Let's head down here to the beach bottom. The bottom of the beach. Bottom of the shoreline, rather. Some people complained about the way aggro controls. I'm talking like since the beginning of the game, but I never really noticed that. Although I did notice the audio of the wind just cut out there. That was kind of weird. I don't know if that's an uncommon glitch, but either way. Alright, so I believe we're going to be needing aggro for this fight, so... trying to think of is whether or not we can jump up on the front paws without having to knock this one down. It's Quadratus is the name of this one. Not Quadraxis, but similar name. Very often confused. Ah, barely missed. Oh, and another fun thing is that Wander has an unlimited supply of arrows, so that's a lot of fun. Hey, wait, come back! I need you! I need help. I need helping with the stuff. Come on. Make me run to you, you lazy horse. I meant the whole controlling the horse thing. As far as it randomly running off, that wasn't quite as nice. It's not the aggro I'm used to. I gotta jump off her if I wanna get a clear shot on these feet. Come on, don't drag your feet. Help me out of here. There you go. Alright, aggro. Didn't desert me this time. Thank you very much for that. So, unlike Velis, most of the bosses, most of the colossi have 2 sigils, weak points, rather than just 1. And Quadratus starts that trend. And on the hard modes, actually, I think Velis might actually have 2 himself, and most colossi actually have 3. They basically get an extra one for hard mode, so in addition to the original weak points you had to scout out and then stab, you'll also have to find a third one, which is more often than not harder to get to or harder to stay on, so you can't really, it just kind of offers more of a challenge, which is nice. It makes the hard mode a little bit more substantial, you know, worth doing, aside from just to get the cool items, because you do get different secret items based off of which difficulty you go on, so just fun facts from me. For inquiring minds, there's fancy stuff to be had. There we go. Yep. Quadratus doesn't like that much. One more hit ought to do it. Which is good, because we don't have much stamina left. Come on. Come on. Oops. I botched that one. Oh god. Oh man. Okay. Hey! Nope. You are being a tricky devil. Come on now. And here we go. So yeah, thus far, it's the same old, good old Shadow of the Colossus, just a little bit smoother, a little bit nicer sounding. I like it. I'm pretty happy with this purchase. And it's nice to have them both on one, just one disc as well. I don't know, what can I say? I've played this game so many times before. Yeah, it is very familiar, but at the same time, I mean, just a chance to play it again in a new way is really nice. And have them both on one disc is also a really great feature. Okay, here comes Gaius. Yeah, I can't say that I'm a big fan of that cutting out, but that might have been in the PS2 version, I just didn't notice it. I don't know. It's a little bit strange, but I will let it slide. Alright, let's go aggro. We have colossi to smite. So yeah, I guess I'm taking you guys through maybe the first, a little bit less than fifth of the game. It's not too shabby, it's just kind of a first look, the first half hour of gameplay. And you notice up there, as you kill colossi, you get these big beams of light, and I just went the wrong way. Let me circle around and do this again. The right way. There we go. I wasn't paying attention to my horse riding. And Aggro's pathfinding was being a little bit silly. Whoops. Yeah, Aggro kind of does have her own pathfinding sort of thing, but it only works on very few occasions, like across these long bridges. You won't really have to direct where she goes most of the time, because she'll avoid falling off the cliff for you, and she more or less refuses to fall off cliffs. You can jump off cliffs, launch yourself off of her and off of a cliff, but it's not the most suggested thing in the world, I'll say that much. Alright, I'm now realizing I actually probably didn't have the camera aiming inverted. Maybe for the, or for the camera, but not for, like, the, bow and arrow aiming. For the bow and arrow aiming, I think I had it inverted, but for the normal camera control, I think it was just this. Something like that. I don't know for sure. Either way, let's take a little tour through here. It's a lovely canyon. This crevice cut deep into the earth. Something poetic and appropriate for such an atmosphere. Okay, so this is the, I guess the arena you could call it, where you fight the third Colossus. This is definitely my favorite area in the game. At least, favorite Colossus fight, you know, like the arena you fight them on, all that. I just really like this area. I think, you know, places like the Colosseum, that sort of thing, or where you fight Avion, the 5th Colossus, the big bird. That's a really cool area, but I don't know, I just kind of love the setup they have for this place, this huge, you know, disc that you have to take on the third Colossus on. And the third Colossus himself is just a really cool boss. He's a very simple boss, I guess, but he's, I don't know, he's just fancy. I dig him. So we have to climb up this big thing. Yeah, you can imagine you definitely don't want to fall from a height like this. You won't die, surprisingly, but it is a long swim to get back to that point, and it's better to get it on the first try. So it's good to keep that in mind. So. Here we are. I think the other thing is I just love the backdrop of this battle, because while you're fighting Gaius, you can see the Temple of Worship in the background. Or the Shrine of Worship, I think it's called. But yeah, I love that. It's a cool little effect. Yeah, I noticed these little moments where they'll add kind of like this slow-mo effect. Like when he hit the ground there, I think it slowed down, like reduced speed, not like frame rate lagging slowdown, just like for effect slowdown, and I like that. I think that's a really cool effect. Alright, here he goes. You're going to go ahead and hit that. Doom, 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 doom. So yeah, a trick that some people would do with, whoa! Ah! Couldn't quite get a foothold there, unfortunately. But something that people like to do, if they can do it, is basically, you notice his reaction isn't quite as good as it used to be. He used to follow you quite a bit longer. It might just be me, but yeah. Anyways, like, I believe it's kind of marked by this little X right in the middle here. Not quite an X, but that little marking there in the middle of the sword. And you would kind of be able to launch yourself up onto his head when he swings up the sword from the ground. And it looked really cool, but I could never really figure it out for myself. I'm imagining, you know, they would probably put in like a trophy for something like that, you know, fancy acrobatics like that, but I don't know. I'm not quite that good, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm going to take out these colossi as efficiently and quickly as I can. Quickly and efficiently. If they'll let me. Yeah, this is another thing I remember, constantly losing your balance while you're trying to stab the colossi. There we go. Ah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some glitches too where sometimes Wander will actually grab onto just the wrong spot. I'll kind of get stuck. He's like grabbing the very base of Gaius's fur, so he'll kind of be grabbing onto the stone, but at the same time also be grabbing onto Gaius's fur. And he can't really move anywhere, you're just hanging on for dear life for no clear reason. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I think the most efficient way to regain your stamina here is to press R1 and just hold still, and you'll go into your sort of crawling position. But yeah. Whoops. I'm getting a little trigger happy, pressing the button too many times. Alright, that's the end of that one, so let's try regain our stamina. And you know what? I'll take an interesting little detour here. For hard mode, oops, ah! Oh no. For hard mode, you actually have to jump onto his right arm, and you have to take out a weak point on there, so that can especially be a pain in the butt. Based on, you know, how much he moves around, you have to grab onto that arm, and then you have to stay on there and make sure you don't run out of stamina. It's just, there's a big process to all these things. And I think that's the fun part, is that the bosses are just as much puzzles as they are bosses. You have to have a lot of precision, you have to, you know, kind of know how things work in terms of the game. Anyways, let's taunt him a little bit. Hello. Yeah, if you use the call button like you would to call aggro, you actually whistle at the colossi, which grabs their attention pretty well. If you aren't up to shooting them with an arrow, it is a little bit unsportsmanlike. I turned back because I was thinking of doing that little stunt, but I don't know, I probably wouldn't have been able to pull it off anyway, so no worries there. Anyways, I guess another way that you could also do that strategy with that right arm is just to climb up onto his back, like you normally would. Take out the head weak spot, and then take out the arm last. Although that would be kind of weird, you know, death by stabbing him in the arm. Ah. I'm losing my stamina quickly. He's moving around too much for me to really make good progress. He's trying to shake me off. There we go. I think the #1 thing for these fights is just patience. And oh! Yeah. I was trying too hard for that maximum stab thingamajig. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like we're maybe losing stamina a little bit more quickly than you usually would. Oh, come on, Wander. I'm getting stuck on his ear. A little bit of a problem. Alright. Calm down there, Gaius. Yeah, I think the big thing is that it's kind of like the Iron Giant. You're just kind of standing on his head, and then if you look around you, because most of the time you're very focused on the battle, because you want to, you know, make sure that you know what's going on with the monster, the colossi that you're fighting at the moment. But if you look out beyond, like, it's just so vast. You can see all the way over there, kind of that greenery down there. You can see the world. You can see the world from on top of Gaius. And I think that's the reason I like Gaius too, is that he's one of the tallest colossi, and so you get to see a lot more of the world when you finally, you know, scaled all the way to the top of him. Oh my god. Don't do this, man. Thank you. Ah! That was close. Okay. I think one more ought to do it. Yeah. I'm gonna try something here, and I'm probably gonna regret it. But I want to do kind of a... Ah! That was not good at all. I was going to go for like a bit of a finishing move sort of a deal, but... Guys, you are not making this easy for me. I really wish you would quit moving, guys. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get the jumping stab finisher. That does a lot more damage than a normal stab. I think so. It's either like a full charged attack without having to charge it up or something like that, but it's a very nice feeling, so... Even though it took me a lot longer than it would have if I hadn't have tried to do it. It was worth it. I'll just cut out all the failures. Anyways, that is Shadow of the Colossus, the HD remake. So now let's see what Ico looks like. Disturbed sleep. So yeah, that's cool that they have trophy support now. I like that. We have probably quite a few trophies. Yeah. Very nice. So you can max out the stamina bar. That takes a lot of fruit and lizards. Huh. So yeah, it seems like they kind of have everything that you can do in the game, plus a little bit more as far as the lizards and the fruit. That's going to be the worst part, I think. And finding all the prayer at all the save points. I mean, that's going to tie in with the lizards, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to end up doing that stuff. Either way, this has been Shadow of the Colossus. We are going to go on ahead and try out Ico right after I save here. But thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.